Social media has made a normal life feel like a failure, and I think a lot of people are quietly struggling with this. Drop a comment saying felt that if you've ever gone on Instagram or TikTok for 10 minutes and somehow come away feeling worse about your whole life. Because it happens so easily. You open your phone for a quick scroll and suddenly you're seeing people your age or younger than you with supercars, big houses, luxury holidays, luxury clothing, perfect bodies, perfect relationships, people saying they made six figures in 30 days and £10,000 last night. People telling you if you're not rich by 25, then you're behind. People making normal work, normal progress, and a normal life look like a failure. And then you look at your own life, your own job, your bills, your car, your room, your bank account, your body, your responsibilities, your slow progress. And suddenly what was actually a fairly normal life and a fairly normal day, you start to feel like you're losing. And I think we need to be careful with this, big time, because the internet is not showing you normal life. It's showing you the extremes. It's showing you people's best angles. It's a big highlight reel. Places like Instagram and TikTok, simply highlight reels. It's their best months, their wins, their edits, their marketing, their flexes. And sometimes, if we're honest, it's showing you things that might not even be fully real or true. Rented cars, staged lifestyles, fake screenshots, exaggerated income, people selling you the feeling that you're behind so they can sell you the solution. And if you're not careful, you start comparing your real life to someone else's performance. Your Monday morning to their highlight reel. Your tired evening to their luxury holiday. Your honest, hard-working job to their online income claim. Your slow progress to their edited result. And that comparison can poison your life. They say comparison is the thief of joy. Because suddenly, instead of being proud that you went to work, that you trained, that you paid your bills, looked after yourself and your family, cleaned your room, cleaned your house, made progress and kept going, you feel like none of that counts because you're not rich yet, because you don't have the car yet, because you don't own a house yet, because your business isn't booming yet, because your body isn't perfect yet, because your life doesn't look like it's cinematic, a highlight reel like it might on Instagram. But normal life is not a failure. Working a normal job is not a failure. Starting again is not failure. Living in a small place is not failure, and driving a normal car is not failure. Having a normal body is not failure. Making slow progress is not failure. Having responsibilities is not failure. Being tired when you're trying to build something better for yourself, for your family, is not failure. That's real life. And I think a lot of people need to hear things like this. There is an immense and insurmountable amount of pressure to make every part of your life look impressive. You can't just train, you can't just look elite. You have to be elite and you have to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You have to be financially free. You can't just have a normal car. It has to be a status symbol, a supercar. You can't just be building, you have to look like you've already made it. And I think that pressure is damaging, big time, because most real progress doesn't look impressive while it's happening. It looks like it's going to work when you're tired. It looks like making the video even when the views are low. It looks like training when nobody sees. It looks like having an average body. It looks like learning a skill after work. It looks like painting in a small room. It looks like cooking basic food. It looks like getting an early night. Boring, simple, plain, but effective. It looks like trying again after a bad week, and it looks boring from the outside. But that doesn't make it invaluable. That doesn't make, it doesn't make it fruitless. In fact, that's probably where most of real lives and proper successful lives are actually being built. It's not the flex, it's not the highlight, it's not the rented car, and it's not the viral clip. But in the ordinary days where you keep showing up, and I'm not saying don't aim high, aim high. I think you should aim high. You should want more, build more, get stronger, make more money, create better work, improve your life, chase the house, chase the dream, build the business and go after a big career, because the person you can become if you do all those things diligently. But do not let the internet convince you that your current life is worthless just because it's not impressive yet, just because it's not an Instagram highlight reel. You can want more without hating where you are. You can be ambitious without feeling ashamed. You can build a better life without constantly telling yourself that you're behind. Because the truth is, most people are just trying to get through the week. Most people are tired, most people have bills, most people are figuring things out, most people have their own problems, and most people are not living the life you see on your feed. So if the internet has been making you feel behind, maybe take a step back from it and ask yourself, am I actually failing? Or am I just comparing my real life to a very small, very edited, very loud version of success? Because those are not the same thing. You're allowed to be in progress. You're a work in progress from the minute you're born till the day you die, and that is perfectly okay. You're allowed to have a normal job while you're working on something bigger. You're allowed to have slow days. You're allowed to have tired days. You're allowed to be at the beginning. You're allowed to not have everything figured out yet. That doesn't mean you're behind. It means you're a human being. So keep building, keep improving, keep your standards high, and do not let social media hate a life that you're still in the middle of building. Normal life is not a failure. Slow progress is not a failure. Being in the process is not a failure. You're not behind. You're building.